What is going on YouTube? Aaron here. We are back on the Mac, boys. We have the patch notes in front of us. Let's get into it. I'm going to go over the major topics of this. I'm not really going to go over it line by line. As always, I will link them in the description if you want to read every single word. But let's get right into it. This is honestly the biggest update in terms of content ever for Legends, but honestly one of the biggest updates that I can really think of. Right off the rip, we have the Tier 8 campaign. We knew it was the Republic, honestly. They dropped the video. And later, somewhere else in this document, they talk about the future campaigns, how a lot of them, if not all of them, are going to be Tier 8, which is honestly fine. Let's get some more content at higher tiers into the game. I'm really excited for Tier 8, but you guys already knew that. So, yeah, we're going to skip this. We know all the ships, basically. But I do want to stop right here and talk about this. This is an important point. If you do not have 200k Elite XP, so you get 100k for getting the upgrades or the modules there, and then you start acquiring Elite XP. If you don't have 200k Elite XP, that will convert into ship XP, and you will have to grind the remainder. So if you don't have the ship, you're going to have to grind 300k total. Like if you don't have the tier 7 ship at all, then you're going to get the ship, grind 100k, get the modules, then 200k. But if you have the ship and the modules and then 200k, you will be able to unlock the tier 8 at the respective branch on day 1. If not, you will have to use global to boost those. And as you guys know, I think I'm going to do a day 1 tier 8 mass spying spree and buy all of them day 1. But that will come on update day. Wind roses and first wind bonuses will be available, and this is honestly the most important one, the insignias. That is very valuable. So I will be doing those. Make sure you don't miss out. Here's a free little ship they're going to give us. It'll be available in the Xbox store, looks like from August 1st through the 29th. Anniversary Bureau. Make sure you start this project. This looks like one that once you start it, it will be in your bureau forever. Don't quote me on that. I don't really think it says in here. But that's how a lot of the bureau projects have worked up until this point. And speaking of bureau projects, we have one to come that is in this document that is kind of not the greatest, but some people might like it. I don't know. We have the new birthday port, and in this image, not in this image, but in this port, they say that there is there's Easter eggs in here. So make sure you guys are searching for those. I couldn't find any. Maybe one that was left in a comment on my Graf Zeppelin video. Actually, it wasn't the Zeppelin video, but we have the treasure hunt, which is kind of a waste of time in my opinion. But if you like that sort of thing, make sure you stay tuned for their documents. It'll be on their website, and you have to do a bunch of things and go through the document. But anyway, the other bureau project that we were talking about is the Colbert. It is finally here. Jesus Christ! It only took 7 months. Unfortunately, it is the first bureau project to become available for Steel. So you need to pay 3,000 pieces. Once you obtain the project with 3,000 pieces, it's yours forever, but we can only do so till the end of the update. So grind your Steel if you don't have it. I know I'm going to hear a wall of complaints from the newer players, but this is kind of a way to limit the ship's population, as they literally say, which I'm okay with being an older player. But if I was a newer player, I'd be kind of upset because it either forces you to whale Steel by buying out the campaign, or it prevents you from getting the ship altogether. Now, they're gonna have the ship return. They always do. But this is just, I don't know. I don't know why it took so long for the Colbert to get here, and I don't know what is taking them so long with Legendary Tier. We literally have Tier 8 now. Let's start cranking out the Legendary ships. I like the idea of a bureau that is half gated from newer players, but even then, once you pay 3,000 pieces, is it still going to be a 12-step, 5-stage bureau? Like, come on, guys. Let's think of something better other than the bureau. But that's my gripe. We're not going to talk about it anymore. That's the info. You guys can complain more if you want. The auction is coming back, and here we go again. I don't think the Graf Zeppelin is in the auction, but it's mentioned here under the auction section. But what is mentioned is the Tier 8 Elbing. So for the people that were bragging about spending 20k doubloons on a Tier 3 ship, you've now set the precedent so high that this ship is probably going to cost 50K doubloons. And that's why Wargaming did it. But anyway, we have a cool little destroyer here. But my favorite part about this is they tell us it's going to come back for global XP. So probably 1,000,000 global XP if I had to guess for tier 8 if tier 7 is 750. But anyway, you won't miss out on this if you don't have $1,000 to dispose of disposable income. But I think that's why they did the tier 3 auction. I don't like the auction, but this will be a ship that will be worth it if you're going to whale, in my opinion. Here is what we were talking about in the Easter egg. Somebody in one of my videos where it showed this port asked if that was a rocket plane, and I had no idea. But in the Republic teaser trailer, you can see this plane a little bit better, and it might be. There's also like an image of a ship here. I don't know what ship that is, as well as some blueprints over here that you can't really see. But I'm sure once we get to the port in the game, we'll spend 5-10 minutes panning around trying to find it. We have a new Italian accuracy commander. It only took 3 months from the last big titty one that you have to pay for. So there's that. I don't mind it at all, but this piece of information here kind of caught my eye. Increase your main battery shell grouping up to 5.6% while shooting at cruisers and up to 2.4% while shooting at destroyers. How does the game know? That to me screams aiming bug, because I don't know. What if I have a destroyer selected but I shoot at a cruiser? What if I don't have anything selected? Is the accuracy still going to... We know that shots are a little less accurate without a target selected, but I don't know, man. This that just I don't know. We'll talk about that later. We do have a new legendary skill. You can read that here, as well as a 4th row skill. There's 3 separate unique skills for this guy. So balancing changes. Here we go. Weimar moves to tier 7. Finally, he gets a repair party. So for all the people complaining, it gets a repair party, and also for all the people complaining, you're going to keep complaining, mainly because you're bad. But it did not receive a 4th modernization slot, so no 3-second reload. But honestly, guys, it doesn't need it. If you can't play the Weimar at tier 7, you don't know how to play the game. And that's my opinion, of course. But it was just a broken ship, and I'll still play it every now and then just kind of as like a pure meme, but it's not fun to play anymore. You're going against tier 5 players that are potentially new to the game and move in 19-knot battleships. It's just, I don't know. It needed to happen. If you really want to and you cry enough, you can get a refund here. I'm not sorry about all the people who abuse the Weimar. I've seen so many like screenshots of people with stats that I would not consider. I would not want to learn from these people, if that makes sense. And we're not stat shaming, but they were less than optimal. If if you're looking for tips and tricks on how to play the game, and the Weimar was their most played ship. So these people are trying to boost their way by it's just like kamikaze players. But anyway, I'm getting on a soapbox here. Carrier balancing changes. They're buffing carriers. They're buffing carriers because tier 8 is being added to the game, and AA at that tier will probably shred a lot of these planes even worse than or about the same as legendary tier would, if not a little less. The only important thing here is the Parsifal's torpedoes are getting a nerf. Why? And then the rest of these, I don't know how to read this, but upgraded dive bombers stock and upgraded torpedo bombers. What does that mean? I don't know. Anyway, you guys can decipher that, but basically carriers are getting buffed, as well as an increase in squadron size for the Shokaku, which greatly needed it. On top of that, we have some bug fixes, and that's basically it. One last thing, guys, I wanted to mention while I'm blabbering on here is the winner's ticket. As you can see my beautiful face in the screenshot there. Nice pause screenshot, Aaron. It's a great one. It's 1,000 silver. You unlock 3 missions that will give you 35% off a ship that's not available for this ship or the XXL bundle. So if you're looking to purchase a ship, now would be a great time. There's a mission available for 1,000 silver. But that is the last little PSA. We're going to end it there. Hope you guys, let me know what you guys think. This is honestly a huge update. I'm excited for it. There's obviously very obvious money-making tactics in this update, which is, fine, but I wish there was a better balance. I don't know. Wargaming is a company, as we've said, they're allowed to make money, but some of these are just, it's so obvious. I don't know if we mentioned the Graf Zeppelin. I think I might have skipped over that, but it's coming as well. We already knew that though. It doesn't say how it's coming. It's under the auction section, but I don't think it says it's coming as an auction. Yeah, the Elbing is coming and is available for global later on, but I don't know about the Zeppelin. So hopefully it's a bureau project or they just give it to us. I don't know. But yeah, that is the patch notes video, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like the video, subscribe if you are not already. We will be whaling all of the Tier 8 Day 1. We're gonna have a lot of fun with this update. So appreciate the viewership, appreciate the support. The streams have been awesome. I really appreciate you guys. Aaron signing off. Peace.